Hello everyone and welcome back to Monster Mania, part of the Jesse Hecht Creative Collection. Today we are going over Master Hand, Crazy Hand, and Taboo kitbashes from Damtoys Pocket Elite and Marvel Legends. Before we begin, make sure to click that like button and claw that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. For just a pair of gloves on a piece of wood shaped like a hand, this is a very nice representation of Master Hand from the Smash Brothers games. I really love how this looks, and I'm proud of myself to think of this. It took a while of searching through Amazon and eBay and other sellers to find a hand suitable enough for what I needed, and gloves as well, but I'm glad I figured this out and fixed it up. It looks really cool. You have this nice texturing piece with the fabric of the glove. The few figures that I have that have fabric on them, I am at least glad to have this. It would be great if they actually released an articulated hand for Master Hand, but this works just fine, I guess. I'm not a fan of the wood on the bottom, and there is red over here. I'm not sure if I'll touch this up or something, but it's nice at least to have this kind of thing at least. As far as accessories goes for Master Hand, he doesn't really come with anything, but I thought I'd go over his moveset. You can make him do that poke attack where he pokes you, that's pretty cool. You can also get him to do a punch if you move his fist like so and grind it together, crunch it up, and then punch like that. Also get him to do the little finger walk that he does. That is really fun for me. I love that move. It's really cute. You can then get him to do his laser attack. Now his hands don't really spread out that much, but you can kind of fake it till you make it in a way and have him just like in a way. I don't have any lasers to show, but that's fine. But also that finger gun bullet he comes with that he uses is pretty cool. That kind of thing. I forget if his finger is like this or like that, but still, it works out pretty well. Slapping and smacking is basically your bog standard, this kind of thing, and just have him smack the floor, smack the ground. His hand kind of flattens and has the effect. And then that move where he rockets toward the screen, I kind of move his hands so you're like sort of one after the other like this, so it looks like it's sort of coming at you in a cool way. He has a lot of neat moves, and sadly, a lot of them include effects that just aren't with this figure, and I don't really know how to implement. So yeah, it has a really cool moveset. I do wish you could display the fingers out for some better posing. As far as articulation goes for Master Hand, the hands have 3 different knuckle points where you can move them down like so, like this, and it works out really well, as I've shown before with the fist. Now the thumb itself does have a knuckle point at the bottom. You can move it this far in, this far out, and then in and out over here, kind of double jointed in a way. You can move the fingers way back or way forward in that fist once again. There is a swivel down here, and it looks really cool and works out well. My problem is, why not use this on a smaller scale for each finger? At least the bottom knuckles over here. That way you can spread it out a little bit and move it out and in to have his hands splayed out like so instead. But this kind of works, I guess. I just wish you could splay the fingers out for him and his brother, friend, self, Crazy Hand. Crazy Hand is thankfully a part of the pair set that I got with Master Hand over here. I kind of identify them by how they hold their hands. Master Hand is a little more relaxed, and Crazy Hand is, well, a little more crazy and like, Master Hand, nice and relaxed, and Crazy Hand's like really on coffee or something. But I really love these two. I'm not a fan of the wood grain on the bottom. I might touch that up or something eventually. Don't really like painting my figures that much, but I do love these and how they worked out. I'm glad I had to get a pair of gloves, another pair of gloves. It came in a whole pack of a bunch of gloves that I used for these. They're double gloved on each. And then I got 2 hands that worked out really well. And they're big enough to scale with the figures. They look awesome. I do find that articulation is the same on both, so I'm not going to really go over for both, but they look really nice together. You know what? Maybe a few moves here and there. Here's that double fist move where they smack each other together and smack the player and send him flying. I really like the move where he beckons to him and then you punch catch. That's pretty neat. They do some kind of weird magical stuff and then clap, clap, clap. And then they go clap, clap, clap. That's pretty neat. We have the laser and then the creepy spider walk that Crazy Hand does. Here's Mario getting grabbed by Master Hand. It works pretty well. He fits nicely in there. In his more relaxed state, Master Hand stands at about 9.5 inches tall or so, next to Mario, Samus, Young Link, and Donkey Kong. He scales pretty well, even though DK is a little bit big. Samus is a little bit big, I think, as well. Master Hand could be bigger, I think, but I digress. I'm very happy with this. Steve stands at about 8.25 inches inches tall next to Lucina, Pac-Man, Steve, and Mega Man. They all look nicely in scale, Steve being a little bit short, but I think they'd all fit well within Crazy Hand's clutches. We have seen Lucina and Pac-Man together before, and they look nice. Steve looks a little bit short, and Mega Man looks pretty on par. All in all, really well done. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. For a Kitbash action figure, Tabuu looks incredible. I really love how I put this together and had to source out all the parts, and he looks even in scale with the characters themselves. Let's go over him. Tabuu's head is a blank slate, very fitting for the character. Yes, there could be some more darkness around his eyes, but I like how it's mostly blank with a bit of nose, a little bit of mouth, a hint of nothing on his face, and just kind of there. Very bald, very shiny, very clear, and not very blue, sadly. The body here is mostly blue, and this frustrates me as I thought I'd be getting a blue figure, but I guess not. So I'll take what I can get. I do like how the chest and the trunks are blue. Look kind of nice, like a uniform almost, while the rest of the body is basically a translucent clear plastic, fading down a little bit from some blue up here down to very clear at the hands. We'll go over those later, but we get a sort of clear core and then clear legs with toes, I guess. That's pretty neat. Really cool looking figure though, and I like it a lot. It's really nice and fits in with the scale that I'm looking for. The wings are from Marvel Legends Songbird, and they look really great. I put a bunch of rubber bands around it too that I got from Amazon, and it's actually attached via those rubber bands on here, 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 and here, going all the way down into the core of the body. It's easily splittable out of the box without any heat or anything, which is really nice. Take apart here, take apart here, add your rubber bands, and then attach back together, and he fits really well. Very sturdily, if I may add. A little bit of jank going left and right, but you can easily just sort of maneuver him to the way you want, and he looks basically perfect. As far as accessories goes, Tabuu comes with a pair of fists, even though he doesn't really use punching attacks. A pair of gripping hands that are frustratingly bad to fit on. A secondary larger pair of grip hands that are frustrating to fit on as well. A trigger finger hand and a pointing hand. And I guess not a pair of hands, but we have a flat hand over here, then a more relaxed grip hand over here, but they're not for different arms. That's just frustrating to me. Here's the Damtoys Pocket Elite stand. It's fine, I guess, for what it is. For the figure that it initially came with, it works fine. But for Tabuu, he can't stand the weight. So it swivels here, then hinges here, here, hinges at the clips up here, and then swivels over here. And that's about it. It doesn't really take the weight of Tabuu himself, but luckily I have a solution. Luckily, I had a Tamashii Nations Stage Act 4 stand that works out really well for Tabuu. So all you gotta do is clip the bottom of the tail into this clip over here to slide it on the top rungs, and then let it lean back a tiny bit while clipping. And it should work as well here. Keep this flat. If you go forward, you'll lose balance. You go back, you'll lose balance, so keep it forward. And you want to move this part down as far as possible. At least not that far, but at this kind of angle, just you want to sort of monkey with it until it works. And now you can pose your figure and make him look really good. So let's articulate. As far as articulation goes, for the Freeze Man figure / Tabuu, you do swivel up here and then hinge back and forward all the way around, kind of. You do get up this far and down, and not really all the way around for this butterfly. You kind of get a butterfly, speaking of which, inside over here. You get a swivel right there, and you get up this far on the elbow and down. You do get a swivel and then hinge, very much like Figma figures. You can move all the way around as you want. You get a shrug also, which is pretty neat. Get some good articulation going in and out, at least for that. You do kind of get a swivel up here and below the core, which is fine, but I like to keep it just straight on as it doesn't really mess with the rubber bands within. You do get out this far with these splits going this far very nicely and in. You do get up this far really well with the leg, and back not so much because the wings again are hitting it. I do like to move the figure so it's sort of straight as a board on this, so move this back a little bit, move your core forward on your figure. You also get a swivel over here, and not really a swivel over here. You can kind of move it around though in a up and down and side to side motion at least. You do get a knee joint going this far really well, and out you do get a swivel at the sort of foot. You go down and up over here. There aren't any peg holes spot on the feet, but there is toe hinge, which works out pretty okay, I guess. I wouldn't mind a little more down on the toe, you know, to have him sort of pose in the air. But Tabuu looks wonderful in this incarnation. All you need are rubber bands, a Damtoys, Freeze Man, Pocket Elite figure, and the Songbird wings from Marvel Legends, and you have yourself a really neat figure that actually stands on his own, not only as one of the better, I believe, Smash Bros. Villains, but a really neat character design for all time. In this form, Tabuu can actually stand pretty well if you move the wings back a bit at the bottom and have the body sort of tilted forward ever so slightly, but he looks really great. Tabuu stands at about 5.5 inches tall or so, and his wings are almost 8 inches tall with a wingspan of around, at their highest point, 5 inches or so. Here is Tabuu with some of his Brawl mates, Charizard, Falco, who at least was in Melee then Brawl, Twilight Princess Link, and Pit, who's a newcomer to the series. Really nicely done with the scaling, I think, and I really like this Damtoys Pocket Elite Freeze Man working well as Tabuu. The wings make him look really awesome, and I love the rubber bands I put on it for extra flair. Very nice. And here's all three of them together looking very nice despite the wood and stand. Overall, these kitbashes are really fun to make, and I'm glad to add some more character to the Smash roster. Master Hand is a really nice piece of work. He is a wooden articulated hand with 2 pairs of gloves on top of him, and he looks great. You can articulate him very well and really nicely. I'm very proud. We also have Crazy Hand, who I like using the articulation points at a more angular fashion, and it looks great and makes him separate from Master Hand aside from being the other hand. Tabuu was interesting to figure out. I had to do a lot of digging and searching for a 5-inch figure that would fit this really well, but I finally found the Damtoys Pocket Elite Freeze Man. That worked really well. I knew I wanted the Songbird wings for him. That'd be great. And even the rubber bands I used to put on the figure to attach him to those wings also helped me out with designing the wings and making them look even more special. I highly recommend picking up these 3 and making them for yourself to add to your Smash roster and make it so you can have your characters not just fight each other, but fight for something greater than themselves. But make no mistake, if you have to settle a score with any of these 3, settle it in Smash. So which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and do keep being creative. Stay tuned.